Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 6 of Endless Legend. Now I've just loaded this game back in since I recorded the last video, and as I loaded it in I had this little pop-up. Now this is one of our neighbours, an AI playing the same empire that we are. Your recent expansion is not a problem for us as long as Ariga is big enough for the both of us. Well, that's good to know, I suppose. In between this episode and the last episode, I actually went and had a look at the game manual because I was trying to work out, or trying to see, if there were any descriptions as to what all the different icons mean on your units, particularly when you're in battle, so I can more easily work out whether or not I have penalties or bonuses. Unfortunately, there's absolutely nothing about it in the manual, not that I can see in any case. So that said, I'm going to have to look on the wiki or something, which I'll probably do at a later date. But one thing I did discover, the answer to a question that I posed in the last video, is how come sometimes, during the battles, units seem to skip turns. Well, the way it works is each unit only has one action per turn. And if a unit gets attacked, they automatically counter-attack, and the counter-attack uses their turn for that round, or uses their actions for that round. So that's the reason why some units skip their turn. It's because they've technically already attacked, because they have counter-attacked. So from now on, what we need to do is try and expand our empire. Let's just have a quick look and see where our army is. Well, actually, going to just end the turn first. Well, then, they did say that they got some movement queued up. I'm not sure what I had them doing. They're there in the city. Still got these things creeping around. That's what we were going to do, I think, wasn't it? It was go and try and subdue this village, which we probably still need to do. Mill Foundry has been completed here, and we're now working on the seed storage. That should speed things up for us a little bit here. After the seed storage, we really need to start getting to a point where we can switch towards our science focus, which is what we're trying to go for our win. Sewer system wouldn't be a bad thing to get some happiness going, but we are going to need some titanium. So let us go and build a titanium extractor there and queue that up for the next thing. So I think before these guys get over here, we're going to go down and look at this city. Now we've got the options here now, because we can either bribe them. Well, we don't have enough dust, and we probably don't want to do that anyway. Or we can start in negotiations, and if we fulfill their demands, all of the villages in the region will be pacified peacefully. When this is performed by a hero, the action provides a base value of 2 XP. So let's give it a go. Let's try and parlay. We haven't done that yet, so let's see how this is going to work out. So, help your neighbours against the menace of the monsters. The tribe leader needs your help. A pack of hostile monsters has been raiding and threatening their villages, and they lack the military power to stop them. If you can wipe out the threat, the tribe will be more than happy. Find the monsters. The tribe has identified their lair in temple ruins, and we get 25 titanium for doing so. Let's show the location. Is that it there? I think that's it there, right next to our city. Well, we can certainly go ahead and do that. So let's start moving down towards there. Will take us a turn or two to get there, but it's certainly going to be worth doing. We know we've got that quest. Not an awful lot else we can do right now, so let's go on and resolve the turn. I'm starting to understand bits and pieces of the game more with each passing turn. Obviously some units moving around. Now hopefully they won't attack me just yet and allow me to go ahead and complete the mission for them first. We are still in winter, of course, which is slowing us down. Now, one thing I'm trying to find here, if I can indeed find it, we've got a fair bit of glass steel coming in now. Is it under diplomacy? No. Is it here? There used to be a thing in Endless Space where if you moused over one of these icons, it would actually tell you what the current scores were, because at the moment I don't really have a way of seeing how well I am doing against the other factions, but I guess we will find out. Let's end the turn. We haven't got any other pop-ups to worry about just yet. So we've still got one faction left to find at this point. We still need to do a little bit of exploration as well. Summer has returned, which is fantastic. We have completed the public granary. So let's go back into research, and we're still going to stick with tier 2 because we do want to get towards tier 3 as quickly as we can. We need one more research over here in order to be able to do that. Imperial College could be good. unlocks the resources stockpile section of the marketplace, which allows us to basically, if we've got one particular, if we've got one city that we don't have anything there that we really need to build, we can get it to stockpile food or science or production and then give that to another city. So that's what the stockpiling is. What could we get here? Now, we've certainly got the, whatever that stuff's called, the glass steel coming in. So that could be used for this. Now, what does that actually give us? Rivers. We don't really have much in the way of rivers and sea. So that's probably not all that useful. Empire and expansion we could probably do with something a little bit more, better. And that glory of the empire, we did say that that would potentially be useful, giving us +5 influence on a city and +1 influence per population. I think we should definitely invest some research into that, because that is one of the things that we do seem to be lacking at the moment. Just keeping our eye on what our neighbours are doing. Population is changed in one of our cities. No empire plan can be set up for the following turns. We don't really have the points to spend in one of those. Extra gold on cities could be useful. Buyout reduction. Vision on cities. No, I don't think I'm going to spend on any of those right now. Although it did spend some automatically. I wonder if you just keep spending it every time. I don't know. Haven't quite worked that one out yet. But let's keep moving down here towards those ruins, so we can go and complete this quest for these guys up here. Can't quite get there on this turn. But that's not a problem. And let us go... Right, which city changed in population? In Tolian, which is our new little city, which is the one we've got up here. Or Tolilian. So you've got 2 people in food, 3 turns until growth. If we put 1 in production, 4 turns until growth. And that certainly speeds things up a little bit. So let's leave that there and go on to the next turn. 30 to 50 turns until we see the next winter. At least the winters do appear to be short. Bit more processing going on this turn. Population has changed in Muares. Okay, which is our city over here. So what are you currently working? You've got 3 on food. 2 on production, 1 on science. That's not terrible, I suppose. You've almost finished the Sisters of Mercy. Public Granary would be useful for you. I mean, all of these things are nice, but again, like in Civilization, they all have upkeep. We're only 40% content here, so we need to get a sewer system in place, I think. And what we probably should do, and what I probably will do... Who's got decent speed? Dawn officers. I think what I may do... And we'll look at our main city here, because we've got the market queued up, is we'll get the market, and after that we're going to get a Dawn officer. And the reason for that is we're going to use him as a bit of a scout. And then we will get the public granary here. We could still do with some more happiness, though. But we'll go and do a bit of scouting, and then I think we're going to probably get another settler at some point. Go and settle one of these empty regions, probably this one. So I'll have to go and have a bit of an exploration route out there. Let's go and search these ruins. Thought we'd already done that. So help your neighbours against the menace of the monsters. You've been trapped. Survive if possible, but more important, make sure the monsters are killed. Find all the monsters the tribe has identified. We'll get 25 titanium for doing it, so it's well worth doing. A couple of demons. We should be easily able to take these out with our current army. Wow, but these things look pretty big. They're all flying. But I don't think we are going to have much of an issue here. So, sensibly, I think what we should do is have our Titan up front. And we should put our Dawn officers somewhere where they can potentially charge in. And then we should adopt the high ground with our Marines. Leave the Justicars there at the back. That should be enough, so let us go ahead. I'll leave it on the default attack order for now. So we go in, we get the first attack, and we attack this guy. Now he retaliates, which means he's used his movement for this turn, so he's greyed out. Our hero attacks, but it's a ranged attack, so he doesn't actually counter-attack, so he still gets to move. He moves in and attacks our Titan. Now our Titan counterattacks, which means our Titan doesn't get a go at the end of this turn. Now, even though we did actually hit some of our units directly, not all of them... Oh no, apparently all of them did lose their movement. That's a little bit strange. Well, we do have another round of combat, so let's go in. He gets to go first, not too sure. No, we attack, he counters, so he's used his move. Our hero takes her shot. Doesn't quite get the kill. He's going in after our marines. Do a lot of AoE damage to these things, very nasty. Although they are down one unit. Marines fire from the back, and that should be enough to kill it, because I don't think it didn't have that many hit points. So again, we took a little bit of damage on our units, but more importantly, we did complete the fight. We didn't actually lose any units, and that should have completed the mission for those centaurs up there. Or the Garans, or whatever they're called. The village is now pacified. Fantastic. So that helps us out a little bit over there. And what we would like to do we need to wipe these guys out? Are these guys over here important? Because they're not technically in our territory. So I don't think we need to be doing that. So what we could do is we could take this army, if I could actually click on it, and we probably should go and search out over here somewhere. And then what I intend to do with my scout is use that scout to go and have a little look over to the north. I think this Roman army is still technically an enemy army, though, so we may have to go ahead and deal with that. Now, we do have the ability to assimilate another minor faction, and again, the choice comes is which of these do we actually take. It would cost us 100 influence to assimilate one. We could get cavalry with 5% food per pacified boss village, or we could get the Minotaur cavalry with 5% life per pacified village on units. The food's probably going to help us grow more, so let's go for the boss at this point. And let's end the turn. I think we are actually going to have to go up there and deal with somebody. Still not too sure how we do these watchtowers yet. Yeah, he's roaming around, but he's not really being hostile at the moment, so we'll leave it for the time being. We'll just tell our armies to continue moving where they were going. Might still be some ruins and stuff around over here that we've missed, so it is worth just going and checking that out. I've just realised that there was a production finish there, but it's probably somewhere where something is queued up, so that's the reason why it let me go on to the next turn without too much of a problem. You guys are going to continue over here. Not liking how close you're getting to my village. I might have to go up there and deal with you at some point. We've got some ruins here. We've also got these things stomping around, which could be interesting. We're not going to be able to get there on this turn, though. What have we got here? Oh, a siege has started on one of our cities, so that thing up there is actually sieging. Fine, so we're going to have to abandon this plan and go back and deal with the siege, but we can certainly get that done. So this is the way that you actually take cities in this game. As opposed to attacking the cities directly, you actually siege them out. Now, when you siege a city, it builds a wall around them, and it basically stops the city from doing certain things. So the city can't loses some of its production because it can't access the exploration tiles. The city also can't get bonuses from resources and villages because it's essentially blockaded. And after a certain number of turns, it will eventually lose all of its defensive ability, and then it will sort of turn over to the enemy. Now, one thing that you can't do is you can't take units out of this city unless they're going to come and directly attack the people sieging it. But it's not a problem. We will get that done. They've done their seed storage, and they're going to be working on the titanium extractor, though they can't really do it at the moment because they are being sieged, which cuts their production down to nothing, basically. So we're going to go in for the next turn. We're being complimented by our neighbours. They're still terrified, which is good. It's good that the AI is terrified of me. I must admit, so far the AIs haven't been nearly as aggressive as they tend to be in Endless Space. Right, can't quite make it there on that turn, which is a bit annoying. You've done the Central Market and you're now working on the Dawn Officer. That is fine. Right. And we have reached a new research era. So Iron Tier 3 weapons and armor is now available for heroes and units. Newly trained units will now be Masters level 3 and cost more. Luxury resources revealed: Blood Crystal, Grass Silk, Moonleaf, Quicksilver and Titan Bone. Strategic resources: Adamantian and Palladian? Empire Plan level 3 available. And let us... please note that you are encroaching on my sovereign territory, and I am the sovereign. It's weird. 1 minute they're complimenting you, and the next minute, we will prosper if you continue this peaceful behaviour. Very mixed messages I'm getting from these people. So we can now move on to level 3. And I guess what we should be doing is having a look at science, what we can get from here. This could be very useful to us, actually. So +3 science on the city centre, +3 science on the district, +3 science per population on the city, -40% margins of error for season predictability on the Empire, which means we'll be able to more accurately predict when winter is coming, as it were. I've lost it already, where are we? +15 science on territory with an anomaly. One of our cities is built on an anomaly. -8 dust from city upkeep. Can only be built once in the Empire. So does it only affect the one city? We would have to decide very carefully where to put that. National Museum. See, now some of these things do actually require resources. If you look at the National Museum, that is requiring a couple of the strategic resources. So there's definitely a few bits and pieces that we are going to have to do with these. We can increase our food again. And of course the reaping station to allow us to get some of these other things. We should go for the reaping station, and then I think we're going to queue up the statistical methods. And then I'm not sure if we potentially need any more of these, but we could certainly see. That could be quite useful as well. Endless recycling. +4 science on cities centre level 2 and +4 science on district level 2. The holy resource has to be chosen. Well, we'll queue it up. Let's queue it up and see what we get. Let's get out of the research screen right here. Let us go and tackle these guys, as we now can. Because they're just being a complete pain at the moment. We should be able to win this quite easily. So let's try and put people in sensible places where we can, although sometimes I wish the AI would do a little bit better with that. We're certainly not in a great position with any of our starting units. You guys should probably start there. Titan can start more in the middle. Hero can start there. That seems like a better plan. I'm going to hit ready. I'd like you guys to charge them. That's fine. You guys are probably a little bit weak. You should be attacking him. Hero's going to be attacking him. And let's go. Unfortunately, they do get quite a bit of the initiative, although this should stop him from getting an attack because he's going to use it right now for the counter. Does quite a lot of damage to us, actually. That's quite nasty. You're moving in. You've gone right past our Titan, which is a real pain. And you're now picking on... Wow, 2 units. That was a lot of damage. Hero's going to move over there to take a shot at him, which is fine. Not a massive amount of damage. Not convinced you guys are going to get close enough to do anything. You guys get your shot. Titan moves in and gets his hit. 1 unit dead. Okay, fine. That's half of the problem solved. And he's only got half of his hit points anyway, so everyone else is just now going in for the attack. So let's just go in and do that. You attack first. A good solid hit, but you do take some damage back. Our hero takes a shot, and that should be enough to finish it off. Fantastic. Okay, so again, we took a little bit of damage. Didn't lose any units. So it's not too terrible at this point. And it's good because it means we are no longer being sieged. So we'll dismiss that message. And we're going to continue doing what we wanted to do, which was to start heading down in this direction so we could go and explore the other area. We do have a few more deposits of strategic resources that we can get some extractors built on, which we certainly should consider doing. But for the time being, Juarez, you have finished your construction. So what are we going to do here? You have 60% approval. We could get you the extra science. That would be nice. You do have quite a few science tiles. And then we can probably go ahead and... Is there anything else that'll give you a bit of happiness? The central market, I suppose. So let us go ahead and get you the science first. Then we'll go for the market for the approval. Then potentially the public granary. And we can build centaur units as well now. But I think we'll leave it just for the moment. We won't put one of them up just yet. One or more of the units in the Empire have gained a level. So the Marines have gained a level. Not too sure what that actually gives them. Research has led to a new discovery, which we already know about. We are doing that. What's this over here? Oh, it just tells you it's an automatic pop-up. You can disable or enable that. We know about that. Luxury resources deposits. So we've got a couple of Titan bones, and we've got some Moonleaf. So that's Moonleaf, and I assume that's Titan bones, is it? No, that's glass steel. What does Titan bones look like? Titan bones. Titan bones looks like bones, I suppose. Okay, well, we'll be able to get those hooked up at some point. New strategic resources. So we've got some of that stuff as well. That's an anomaly. Ah, that's the adamantium deposits there. So we've got quite a few things that we will need to go and get connected when we get the appropriate science for it. But what we will do is we will end this video here, and then when we come back, we shall continue to try and expand our empire. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Endless Legends, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.